Hello, this is Nancy with Yoga Journey 108, and we are starting our week-long series of vinyasa classes. This one, Monday, is associated with the moon, and we're also looking to get moving at the beginning of our week. So this theme will include a lot of twists today, building up to a side crow if it's available, and to get our Mondays going. I woke up this morning and I wasn't going to film because I got these really big bags under my eyes after sleeping only about 5 hours. I said, no, this is the perfect time to start. So let's get onto our mats. Find easy pose, Sukhasana, whether we cross at the ankles, heel in front of heel. Maybe you're feeling Padmasana-y if you want to go into half lotus or lotus, if that allows you to settle into the space. So let's begin to deepen through the breath. And we can either bring our palms face down if we feel like we need some grounding today, or we can bring our palms face up if we feel like we want to draw our energy in to ourselves. Our minds are very susceptible to symbols, and so there's nothing magic about the flipping of the hands. It's a symbol to kick the brain in to a certain gear. Let's just begin some gentle movements. We're just going to roll the rib cage around the axis of the spine. Let's keep the crown of the head nice and level. Just kind of feel that out, feel it ripple through the spine. Every warm-up, we want to try to get all the basic movements of the spine covered in our warm-up. Let's come back the other way. Okay, now if the neck likes it, let's get the head involved. Making sure that this feels okay for the neck. If you're feeling any pinchiness as we come up and around, let's go the other way. Then just come up to neutral, ear to shoulder, and come around. If it feels nice in the neck, we can lift the chin. And let's finish down low, stack the spine, draw the navel in and up, and come up to sitting. Let's inhale the arms up, reach it up. Exhale, palms face down. So the palms are facing the movement. Flip the palms, inhale, rise. Exhale, down. And one more, inhale, lift up from tailbone to fingertips. And then as we exhale, open, keep the palms open as we come into arms horizontal. We're going to take these fingers and set them right on the shoulders. And we're going to start working into our early twists. So we're going to inhale from the left, exhale to the right. Very vigorous inhale and exhale through the nose. So starting to warm up everything. We're going to inhale to the left, exhale to the right. So you may pause here if you need to blow your nose because we're clearing out our nadis here. In and out through the nose, very vigorous. But our movement is not vigorous. Our movement is just gentle momentum. Just getting the twisting action to the spine. Kind of communicating to our spine that we're going to be working into these twists. If you can, close your eyes, go inside. Now, if this is too much and you want to just slow it on down and take a hatha inhale and exhale, just make sure it's coming in through the nose, out through the nose. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Inhale, elbows to the sky. Hold the breath. And as we exhale, release the hands back down to the thighs. Let's take a few little shoulder rolls. You get to hear the snap, crackle, pop in your shoulder joints. That's normal as long as it's not accompanied by any kind of pain or pinchiness or electricity. Okay. Let's inhale the arms out nice and wide. We're going to take right over left. Give ourselves a nice big hug. Let's tuck our chin into this little notch at the base of the neck. And everything else about the spine is nice and tall. And let's bring the hands together. We're either gonna have the backs of the hands together or come all the way into eagle arms where the palms are facing one another. Pull the shoulders down. As we inhale, we lift the fingers. As we exhale, we curl in and we actually drop back onto the tailbone. Okay, this time as we inhale, we'll extend the spine, look up, and exhale to curl in. Inhale to rise. Exhale, curl. Inhale, let's rise all the way up and out. Open the heart. And as we exhale, left comes over right. Give yourself a nice big hug. Tuck the chin. Spine is neutral. Notice where your breath goes when you're in different shapes. Our breath is our bridge to our inner worlds, our oft-neglected inner worlds. Okay, let's bring the backs of the hands together or wrap around into eagle arms. And we'll inhale to lift the elbows. Exhale, coil in, draw the navel in, sink back on the tailbone. Inhale to rise. Exhale to curl. Inhale, lift, a little bit back bend. Exhale, pull it in. And this one we open, let our arms come nice and wide. And settle back onto our thighs. Okay, let's roll it on forward. Let's come into our downward dog today. First downward dog, so we'll just pedal our feet, sway the hips. And let's make sure we have a nice strong length here. So as we inhale, we'll roll the spine out over the shoulders. Exhale, send the hips back. Notice the hands and feet don't move. You can affect a nice strong plank. Go straight back to your down dog without moving the feet. We're not racing to get our heels to the ground or anything external like that. Okay, last one coming through. We're gonna come forward on our toes, bend the elbows back, tricep push-up, come all the way to the ground. Let's reach the fingers back. Okay, reach back with the toes. Inhale, let's lift the heart, thumbs come to the sky. Keep reaching back along with the toes. Inhale, and exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift. This time maybe we pick the feet up off the ground. And exhale down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, melt. This time let's bring the feet together, melt them. Interlace the fingers behind the spine. Squeeze the knuckles toward the heels first. Lift the heart, and then lift the toes. 3, and 2, and 1. Melt on down, bring your hands forward so you can have a little pillow for your forehead. Sway the hips. Big belly breath. Clear it out. And when you're ready, hands under shoulders, tuck the toes. We're gonna push on up to down dog. Take a nice delicious breath here. All the way up into the tailbone, exhale it all out. Look ahead to the hands, step or hop to the top of the mat. Once we get here, we're gonna lift the heart, flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Let's soften the knees, let's hang here for a minute. Just kind of sway back and forth. Make sure the head is nice and released. Shift the weight from toes to heels. Exploring the back body now. Soften the knees, roll on up to standing. Shoulders roll back. And that's the last piece to come up. We'll move into our sun salutations to just make sure everything is nice and ready to go. So come to the top of your mat. We'll inhale the arms wide and up. Press the hips forward. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift the heart, flat back. Exhale, fold, step it back with the right foot, lower on the right knee. We're gonna reach forward and up on the inhale. Exhale, circle the arms around and down. Downward dog. Inhale to roll it forward into plank or knees plank. Exhale into our chaturanga, half push-up. Inhale, press the chest forward, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. One breath and finish it and step forward with the right foot. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, reach forward and down. step it forward. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, melt over the legs. Inhale, rise, press the hips. And exhale to namaste. We're going to go on the left side. I really love sun salutations. We all love sun salutations. Because what happens here is every time we exhale, we are saying thank you. Thank you for another day. Stepping it back with the left foot this time. This time we're going to circle the arms up. And reach forward and down on the exhale. Step it back. Inhale to roll into plank. Exhale, come into your chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend, up dogger. Cobra. Exhale back to down dog. Take a breath. And when we finish that next exhale, we'll step it forward with the left foot. Circle the arms up. And reach forward and down, genuflecting, saying thank you. We get another day to do this. Inhale. Exhale, thank you that we get to see another sun. We get to see another sky. We get to breathe another breath. And exhale, namaste. If you don't already, let's bring the toes, the feet together. Bones of the big toes touch. We're going to come into our low chair. So let's inhale to sweep up, press the hips. Exhale, sweep it back. Okay, this time we're just going to lift the arms, but keep the knees bent. Exhale, dip the hips even more. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take the right elbow across, come into a twist. We're going to be doing this a lot today, so we're not going to spend too much time right here. Our next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. Next exhale, sink the hips some more. Hands come to heart center. Making sure we keep a nice long torso so we can come into a twist on the other side. Left elbow. We're trying to bring the thumbs in toward the heart toward the thumbs. Let's inhale, lift. And exhale, straighten the legs, best forward fold of the day. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back. And lower into your chaturanga. Inhale, press the chest forward and up dog. Shoulders slide down the back. Exhale to down dog. All right, we're going to swing that right leg up and back. Reach it up, stack the hips, and bend the knee. Keep the knee reaching up for the sky. Maybe we could peek under our left armpit and see the toes. Hello, toes. As we inhale, we're going to bring it up. As we exhale, we're going to bring it to the outside of the right arm. Shoulders over wrists. Inhale, sweep it way up and back. Bend the knee. And as we inhale, rotate it around, arc it around to come high on the right shoulder. Sweep it up and back. And exhale, bring it around. Last one. It's like you're making a big circle with that leg. And whoop. 3. Curl the heel in. 2. And 1. Step it on down. Pivot on the back foot. We're going to windmill into our warrior 2. Let's find our strong stance here. Back foot. Lots of weight. So we're not just weighting down into the front foot. Get our hips square in the middle. Shoulders right over the hips. Arms reaching out in opposite directions and the shoulders relaxing away from the spine, away from the ears. Let's bring our pubic bone up and in. Find your, I call Tupperware. That's your bone, the bones of the hips and the lower ribs. A lot of times in these external rotation of the leg, we tend to kind of pop out into a back bend. So let's contain our back bend with our core. All right, with our foundation nice and strong, we'll flip the right hand. Reach up into an inhale. And as we exhale, we settle the right elbow, reach overhead into side angle. Inhale to flow on up. The moon is very watery, guides the tides. And so we take that symbolism and we flow too. Okay, next time we come on up into our exalted warrior, we're going to straighten that front leg. Keep as much of the space as you can. Reach through those right fingertips as you slide the left hip back and come into your triangle. Blocks are handy here, or you can, and you don't have to race for the foot. You can be on the shin. Okay, if it feels good, we want to reach up with the left hand.
look at it. If that's not okay for the neck, just look straight ahead. Our next inhale is going to pull us up with the left fingers. We're going to pivot on the feet. Feet turn slightly inward. We're going to take the hands to the sacrum and press forward, look up. Try to keep all this space as we bow forward. Hands come under the wrist. Let's inhale a long spine. And as we exhale, we're going to walk our hands back in line with the shoulders, in line with the elbows, and drop the crown of the head toward the ground. We want to shift the weight into the toes and kind of the outer blades of the feet. We want to feel a sense of lifting through the inner thighs. Okay, next inhale, flat back. Now let's bring the hands under the shoulders. Let's bring the right hand right into the middle and we're going to sweep up with the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to reach for the right foot with the left hand. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. And exhale. You'll see why later. And exhale the left hand down. Get long through the spine again, reset. Inhale, lift up through the right hand this time. Exhale, reach for the left foot. Inhale. What we're trying to do is just kind of get used to drawing that right shoulder under the body. And we'll settle that hand. We're going to turn the toes slightly outward. We're going to bend into the right knee. And now we can either crab walk over to the left and crab walk back to the right. Or if you're feeling spunky, if it's okay for the knees, be so careful with your lovely knee joints, maybe we can fly. Okay? Any kind of pinchiness or squishiness in the knees, let's crab walk, it's okay. Nobody's judging, except you. All right, when we head back over here, we're gonna turn to the back of the mat. So for you, you'll be facing the back of your mat. We're gonna lower down on the right knee. We're gonna lift our heart. And then as we exhale, we're gonna slide the hips back. Inhale to come forward, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to slide. Coming forward. And sliding back. I'm trying to keep the left armpit close to the left knee. So next time we come into our low lunge, Anjaneyasana, we're going to inhale the arms on up. And as we exhale, I'm going to turn away from the camera. We're turning over that left leg. Let's keep that left arm moving. So every inhale, we reach up, get a back bend. And every exhale, we open into a twist. Okay, on this one, let's lift up. Hands come to heart center. We're taking that right elbow across and coming into a twist right here. This is a really good opportunity to check that back foot. A lot of times we sickle that foot so the ankle comes out to the side. Let's right that if that's what's happening. Let's tuck that back foot. Let's lift the back knee. 2 more breaths here. So again, just like with the crow or with just the chair, we want our heart to come toward our thumbs. Next inhale, we rise. Settle into our crescent lunge. Okay, what helps out a lot is how much power you can put in that back leg. On our next exhale, we're going to come on down. We're going to plant the right hand. Now this is a great place to have a block here too. We're going to take the left hand, sweep it back, and as we sweep it back, we're going to lift the left hip. So we're in this variation of Revolved Triangle. Exhale to come back around and down and sink the hips back into the lunge. Inhale, sweep it up and back so the right heel is still lifted. And exhale back down. One more inhale, let the left hand lift the hip as it comes around, and exhale back down. Let's crawl around to the side. Okay, and again, we're going to take our crab walk or our flight. I know, flight sounds so much more romantic than a crab walk, but don't feel the compulsion that you have to get flying. Okay, we just want to feel good in our bodies. And yes, attempt it.
attempt it, but also honor if your body's ready for it or not. Okay, when we come back to the right side, we're gonna stop here and we'll settle the right hand in front of the right toes, sweep up the left hand. Stay right here, or we're gonna come around the back, come around the front of the shin and come into a bind. But only if the bind helps us open the left shoulder. If we're all curled in here with this bind, the bind is not helping us. It doesn't serve us. So let's go ahead and lift that shoulder. Okay, my friends who are in a bind, go ahead and open up. And exhale, we're gonna slide around to the front of the mat again and step it back. Take a vinyasa, lowering down on the exhale, lifting the heart on the inhale. And come back to your down dog. No expectations Monday morning. We don't have any expectations about how the week is gonna go. We might have a few plans. We might have some ideas, but we're not going to marry ourselves to our expectations. We're gonna go into the future with a sense of curiosity. All right, let's inhale the left leg up, stack the hips, open it wide, bend the knee. Maybe peek under the right armpit to see it, high toes. Inhale straight, and exhale it around. Knee comes as close to the shoulder as we can get it. Swing it up and back, open the hips. Exhale, bring it around. Inhale, sweep it up and back. And bring it in. And hold for 3. And 2. And set it at the top. Pivot on the back foot. I'm gonna be facing away from you so you can see both sides of a warrior. Again, the booty wants to pop out. We don't want it to pop out. Let's draw the navel in and up. Let's get our lower ribs contained. Let's settle the shoulders away from the ears. Find our foundation. Exhale into the feet. That's our roots right now. And when we're feeling secure and stable, we'll begin our flow. So as we inhale, let's lift up. Exhale, let's be the tides, ebbing and flowing in our bodies. Okay, next time we come on up, let's straighten that front leg. Again, we're keeping a lot of space through the left side body. We're sending the right hip back as we reach forward. We can even pause, reaching in opposite directions with our hands, pushing the hips back, and then settle the hand. We'll reach up the right hand, coming into our triangle. We want to try to stack the shoulders over the standing leg here. We're either looking straight ahead or we're looking up at our thumb. So the palm is facing in the direction that our chest is facing, getting lots of space to the chest. And again, even here, pubic bone toward the chin. Draw the navel up and in. No, we're not back bending. Okay, our next inhale, we come on up. Pivot the feet. And I will come on, and you'll get to see me this way. Coming around. Okay, this time we're gonna take our hands behind our spine, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, press the hips. Okay, now we have a back bend right there. Let's try to keep as much of it as we can as we bow forward. It's gonna come out, but that's okay. Let's get started that way. Okay, now we're pulling our hands together, our palms together, getting lots of space for the chest, pulling the shoulder heads along with the hands away from our chest. Crown of the head goes to the ground. Sink the weight into the outer blades of the feet. The toes are slightly pigeon-toed. Next exhale, melt the hands to the sacrum. Release the hands to the ground. Let's walk them out so they're under the shoulders. Okay, we're gonna come into our twist. So we're gonna walk on over to the left foot. Let's get our chest nice and close to the thigh. Let's get our face nice and close to the knee or shin or however you can get. Keep the right hand on the foot. We're gonna take this left hand, thread it through. Our shoulder's gonna come with, our head is gonna come with, and maybe we reach for the right foot. It's hard to tell which is left and right when you're twisted across the midline, but I think I got it. And breathe. Breathe through the twist. Twists come alive with your breath.
They really need the breath to become something, to be born, to emerge. And explore how that is. Every inhale creating space through the torso, and every exhale moving into those spaces. Okay, let's release that left hand. Come back over here by the left foot. We'll crawl it through the center. And over here to the right foot. Let's give it a hug. Get the chest close to the thigh. Get the head close to the knee. Let's take that right hand and thread it between the shin and the left hand. Whoop. And then we reach for the left leg. We're rolling the right shoulder under us to get a bit of a twist. And enliven it with your breath. Fill every space. And let's bring that right hand back. Let's come back to the center. Inhale a flat back. And we're going to turn our feet toward the back of the room again, right? With our right foot. And lower down in the low lunge. And from here, we'll just slide into our hamstrings a bit. So as we inhale, we rock forward. Exhale, slide back. We're trying to keep the ribs connected to the thigh the entire time. So only slide back as far as you can keep your ribs connected to the thigh. Okay, next time we come up, we'll rise up with our arms. Establish our lunge here, knee above the ankle. And as we exhale, I'm going to twist away from you here. Right arm circles around. Inhale to come up through center. Exhale to open to the right side. Yeah. Inhale to lift. And exhale, twist it out. Inhale, lift. Now the palms come together. Hands to the heart center. Left elbow comes across the body. Hooks the outside of the right leg. And we start to spiral our heart. Check back with that ankle. Is it sickling? Oh, yeah, mine is. Let's get it in line. And breathe into this. Now we have a closed twist here. These are the twists you want to avoid if it's your first trimester pregnancy. And, well, if it's a later trimester, this might not feel good at all anyway, so you probably want to avoid it. All right, tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee. We're in our Crescent Lunge, prayer twist. And then as we inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up and come into a strong Crescent Lunge. Press back through the heel. Sink into the hips. Okay. Back leg, get it as straight as you can. This is the pose that says, yes, I'm ready for the day. I'm ready for the whole week. On our next exhale, we're going to take the left hand under the shoulder, and then we're going to take this right hand on the outside of the right foot, sweep it back, and as it comes back, the hip lifts, and we come into our Revolved Triangle variation and circle it around down again. Inhale to sweep it up and back. Maybe we can look at it. Exhale to come bend into the right knee. Inhale to rise. And exhale around. And we're going to walk it around to our side lunge. And we're going to fly a little bit, back and forth, back and forth. Crab walking or flying. Okay, so we wrapped on our right side last time, so we're going to wrap on our left side this time. So come on over to the left. Shoulders inside the knee. Hand comes in front of the toes. We sweep the right arm up. Stay right here, or come around the front of the shin, and give yourself a bind. Rolling open the right shoulder in this pose. Okay, my friends are in a bind. Let's open up. Let's come around. Now you guys are gonna be facing the front of your mat. And we're gonna step it back to our downward dog. Take a nice big breath. And we'll lower down on the knees nice and wide, toes together. Let's take our little break between standing sequences. Yeah, always those little child poses and mountain poses and even rests and downward dog are just to help us to come back to ourselves, right? We get caught up in the whirlwind, the stimulus of our bodies. And now as we settle our body, we settle our mind. The more we carve those little pathways, the easier it is to access them when you're out in the world getting stimulated in ways that you might not appreciate or that might not serve you. And so let's just use the avenue of the breath to come back into who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it. And when you're ready, let's come on up. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Exhale everything. Look ahead, step walker, float to the front, top of the mat. And once you get there, you don't have to turn like I do. I'm just showing you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold in. Reach back with the arms. Lift the heart, long spine all the way up. And exhale to namaste. Okay, we're gonna bring our knees together. We're gonna come into our chair. So we inhale up, exhale, sweep the arms back. Keep the legs as they are. Inhale up, palms together, exhale. Okay, we're gonna take the right elbow across, come into our twist here. If it feels good, open up the wings. Keep sinking the hips, keep growing long from the crown of the head. Keep breathing into your twist. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Get long through the spine, shoulders away from ears. Cross the left elbow over and come into a twist. Open the wings on the inhale. So if you're opening the wings, we want the left arm on the outside of the right knee. Our next exhale, palms come together. Our next inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, reach all the way up, press the hips forward. Ah, release, liberation. Dive on down. Shake out the head, take an extra breath here. Let's inhale to lift the heart. Exhale to fold, step or hop. If you hop back, please land on slightly bent elbows. That's our shock absorbers. Coming into our chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Inhale the right leg straight up and back. Exhale, bring it into the chest, step it forward. Pivot on the back foot. This time we're at about 30 degrees. Let's pull the right hip back, roll the left hip forward. We'll rise up into our warrior one. Okay, the challenge here is to keep the hips from doing this. We gotta pull that left hip forward and draw the right one back. And then out of that stable hip position, we rise up. Find our mudra, find our sword to the sky, point our chin at the knuckles. Okay, we're gonna look ahead, shift the weight into the right foot, and float the left foot in a warrior three. Again, what we want to do is sink the left hip, level out the hips. So you can be airplaning at this point if you'd like. One more breath here. And let's settle the fingers to the ground. Okay, notice toes point to the ground. Lift the heel. All right, head drops to the ground. We have the option to just stay on our fingertips, stay on some blocks, or we take a hold of the ankle. Keep the crown dripping down. Oh, am I gonna get the ankle on the other hand? Maybe. No, not today. One more breath. And settle the left foot. Now you're about halfway back on the mat. Heels in line. Let's inhale the heart up. Exhale, try to aim the center of the heart at the knee. We're in pyramid. Option for the hands, just stay here on blocks. Or turn the fingers. Walk the fingers back toward the back foot. And if it's there, take a hold of that back thigh. Explore the hamstring. Love the hamstrings. Okay, if your hands are walked back, let's bring them forward again. Here's another great place for the block, inside the foot or outside the foot. You can settle the hand on the foot. Let's sweep that right hand back, just like when we were coming in, we were swinging the hip up to the sky. And maybe we get the arm to the sky. If the arm to the sky is really uncomfortable, bring it to the hip and help guide the hip back. And breathe here. We're trying to keep the spine nice and long as we peek around the corner of our twist. And some of you might have the space to kind of come forward onto that right leg and come into a revolved half moon. Out of your half triangle, revolved triangle, revolved half moon. Okay, again, looking up at that thumb if it's available. Reach the heel up. Okay, let's settle the heel. Let's come back into our revolved triangle. Let's swing the right hand down. We're gonna step it on back and take a vinyasa, or you can go straight to down dog and wait for us there. We'll be there. We'll all catch up. Feel out the leg. Feel out the differences in the legs. Enjoy the differences in the legs. All right, after the next exhale, we'll inhale the left leg straight up and back. Exhale, bring it into the chest, step it forward, pivot on the back foot. Okay, we're finding our warrior one stance, heels in line, right toes pointing slightly forward. Inhale, come on up. Find the weight in that back foot to help the right hip come forward. Maybe you interlace differently today on this one. I always have to check this one. Yeah. No. There we go. And send your sword to the sky. Pull the shoulders down as we lift the gaze. Okay, no expectations as we move into Warrior 3, okay? I don't have any. Balance tends to be different on both sides, just as folds tend to be different on both sides. So let's test it out. Shift the weight into the left leg. Maybe the right leg floats. Maybe we level out into Warrior 3. And we breathe here. If you're wobbling, I'm kind of wobbly this morning, embrace it. It's like, yeah, I'm wobbling. I'm working. All right, we're gonna settle the hands to the ground and we're gonna bring the chest toward the knee. Drop the right shoulder, drop the crown of the head to the ground. Make sure that the toes are pointing to the ground and we're not stacking. Maybe we hold on to the ankle. Maybe we don't. But we explore. Say, oh, okay. Maybe just one hand today. Maybe no hands. We're good here. Getting a lot of work into our stabilizer. On our next exhale, we're going to take that right foot halfway up the mat. Heels still in line, just like they were for Warrior 1. Inhale, long spine. Square the hips up. And exhale, melt over that leg. Pulling the left hip back, rolling the right hip forward. And we stay right here. Hands on blocks works too. Or we crawl the hands back, slip the fingers. And maybe we even get the calf of the back leg. Let's relax the head again. And breathe into all the myriad of sensations that we've evoked in our bodies. All right, let's release that foot. Let's inhale a long spine. Let's find a place for our right hand. Inside the foot, on the foot, outside the foot, on a block, either way. And let's swing that left hand back and up. If it feels okay, look up toward the hand. If not, that's okay. If reaching up it feels awkward, just settle the hand on the sacrum. Keep rolling the left shoulder open. Again, just like with balance, twists are open one way and not so much the other way. That's okay. All right, if you want to transition into revolved half moon, I'm going to set my hand on my hip, shift the weight into the standing leg, fingertips come ahead of the leg, and then I see if I can reach up again. Again, different side, different sensation, different space, different wobbles. Okay, my friends who might be in revolved half moon right now, happy with their lifted leg, let's take it down on the next exhale, halfway down the mat. Let's swing that arm around. Plant both hands, step it back. You can go straight to down dog, or you can take a vinyasa. Inhaling your back bend. And we all meet. Let's lower on the knees. Feet together. And lower the forehead. You can keep the arms long, or you can relax them alongside the body, melt the shoulders in. Tiny little balasana. And you feel like your heart has settled. You can push pause. We are going to come up into a headstand. Now, if you're not used to doing headstand in the middle of the room, feel free to find a wall. If you do set up against the wall, make sure your knuckles are not right touching the wall. Give yourself some space to lean if you need to. Okay? For my friends who are comfortable doing headstand, we're going to go from headstand into a seated twist. Okay, are you there with me? If that's not happening today, my friends who are still working on headstand, just stay with the weight on the crown of the head. You could be here, you could be here, and maybe you walk in and come into teddy bear. But my friends in headstand, let's come on into headstand, interlacing the fingers, elbows under the shoulders, crown of the head touches the ground, tuck the toes, lift the hips, walk the feet in. Again, this may be where you stop. You can come into the twist from here too. And we bend one knee, bend the other knee, control, control, knees point straight, legs reach up. Okay, you're probably thinking, how are we going to get into twist from here? Well, let's bend the right leg back and bring the left foot forward. Okay, and we can play around, bend one, straighten the other. Just kind of play around with your balance here. Okay, I'm going to bend that right knee now. I'm going to take this left foot to the right side of the mat. Toes come down. And as I come down, I let myself in between the heels. Does this look familiar? Yeah. Because I'm going to twist to face you so you can see. So if you didn't get into this pose from shoulder stand, just come into it. Right heel close to the left hip and the left knee bent into the chest. Okay, we're going to bring the left hand around behind. We're going to reach up on an inhale with our right hand, get lots of length here. And maybe we get the elbow to the outside. We come into Marichyasana. That's not happening. Go ahead and hug. Okay, stay in the twist the entire time. Or if you feel you want to play around with side crow, baby side crow actually, then that's what we're going to do. So my friends who aren't, just hang out in the twist, staying in the twist and breathing through it is such a beautiful thing to do. But let's bring our hands down, point in the same direction, elbows, shoulders all in the same line. We're going to lean into the hands, lift up. So we're resting on what Leah's at, right knee right now. We're going to bend the elbows back toward us and set the left hip onto the left elbow and the right next to the right knee on the right elbow. The left, where am I? Okay. But we're creating a shelf with our elbows for the left thigh. And then we're leaning toward the ground. And maybe our feet lift. Maybe we stack the knees. We breathe here. Maybe we extend the legs. I have a window behind me. I can't extend too far. And then we come back into our twist. Let's unravel the legs. We're going to keep the left foot in. Right foot extends. Sit up nice and tall. Let's reach out with our left hand to the outside of the leg. Bring the left cheek to the outside of the right leg. Once we got it, we bring the right hand in, cross at the wrist. Elbows bend in opposite directions as we pull our body long. Even if we're here, we can pull our body long. On our next inhale, we'll lift the heart, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come on back, we'll cross the legs. We'll take a vinyasa. If you don't want to take a vinyasa, just go straight to down dog. So we roll over the ankles, shoot them back, and lower down. Lower on the knees. We're gonna get set up on our headstand the other way. So I'll come around here. Interlace the fingers, elbows under shoulders. Tuck the chin, set the crown of the head on the ground. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Feel the weight on the crown of the head. Yep. Lock it in. Bend the knee. Bend the other knee. Both knees point straight ahead. And reach it up to the sky. You can play around here and just breathe long. Oh, which one was it? Okay, left foot goes back. Right foot goes forward. And then we kind of play around. And then we take that right foot over to the left side of the mat. The left knee comes behind it. And we see where the heels are. They're on opposite sides of the mat. We're going to sit down between it. Hug the right knee in. Yeah. Oh, I'm looking more and more lovely as we go on. Let's bring our right hand around behind. Get nice and tall. Reach up with the left hand. And spiral. Breathe through your twist. Enjoy how it feels to have the thigh pressed up into your torso and how the breath moves around it. How it compensates through the back body, the side body. Okay, again, stay here because every twist is a beautiful, wonderful twist. Or we move into crow. Hands kind of parallel with the thigh. Fingers spanned out so we can press into our finger pads. Lift up. So I'm kind of kneeling on the left knee right now. Bend the elbows in so we can set the right thigh on the shelf of the elbows. Lean away from the legs. Legs fly. Maybe you stack the knees. Maybe you play. So you're so close to the ground, you could actually rest your head if you really wanted to. And let's come on back. Let's see, right knee under the left calf. So we can sit back into our twist. We'll join everybody in the twist. And then we'll come out. Extend the left leg, curl the right foot in. So we're in our Janu Shirshasana legs. And we're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna bring the right hand to the outside of the leg, the foot. If you can get the blade of the foot, that's great. Inhale yourself long. Exhale, melt over the leg. You can bring the left hand in, cross at the wrist, take hold of the inner arch, even if you're up here. Elbows bend in opposite directions, give yourself a pull. We don't have a lot of pulls in mat yoga, so enjoy the bicep. Okay, let's look at the feet. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, release. Stay here or take a vinyasa between sides. That's if you're feeling vinyasa-y, or just wait. My friends who did take the vinyasa, you have a couple choices to get back to your bum. Half hop, sit down. Or look ahead. I'm gonna kick something. Look ahead. And shoot the legs through. And come around. Let's bring our soles of our feet together, sit up nice and tall. As you can tell, we're coming down for a landing. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to bend over the butterfly feet, release the head. Just gently sway the chin from shoulder to shoulder. And inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Extend the legs, give them a little shake. We're going to come into reverse plank. If reverse plank doesn't work for you, let's come into reverse tabletop. Whichever one we're doing, we want to roll the shoulder heads back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the hips. Keep the chest lifted the whole time. And release the head if it feels good. We can stay up for 3, and 2, and lower it down. Shake out the feet. And we'll swing on down to the ground. Ooh, bring our knees with us. Explore, take a little status check here. Assessing the long journey of the last 45 minutes or so. And from here, we're just going to take some nice easy twists, because we've done a lot of twists during the course of our practice. So let's separate out the knees, arms to cactus, and just sway back and forth on the sacrum. So we roll over to the left leg hits the ground, we roll over to the right thigh's on the ground. Just release, 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 release. Keep the chest nice and stationary. And come back on in. We'll inhale, long arms. Exhale to squeeze in. Make some circles around the sacrum. Now, if you're used to coming into shoulder stand for your closing sequence, go ahead and take that now. Just make sure you do fish afterwards. So if you want to come into I'm running out of time. So for the closing sequence, if you want to come up into shoulder stand, catch the hips, feed the feet up to the sky. Maybe keep walking in, toes up. Okay, so I like to recommend just playing around for like the first half, maybe make it 10 breaths. And then for the last 10 breaths, challenge yourself and hang out in stillness. The monkey mind's not going to like that even a little bit, but you can give it a try. When you're ready to come out, the feet come overhead. You can hang out and plow for a little bit. If not, release the hands, let them be breaks. Uncurl the spine onto the mat. And as the feet come down, press into them and lift the hips so you can get the wrists underneath, extend the legs. Press into the elbows to lift the heart. Lift the heart some more once you get up here. And release the crown of the head to the ground. So you notice it's a counter stretch for the shoulder stand and the plow. So just enjoy the feeling of the breath moving through a stretched throat. How the breath moves the rib cage in this pose. When you're coming down for a landing, it's a beautiful time to really zero in on the breath. That is our bridge to everything. Press into the elbows, tuck the chin, roll on down back, walk the feet in, release the hands, give them a little shake, and you're ready for Shavasana. If you have one more pose that your body's saying, no, I can't go into Shavasana until I do this pose, honor that. That's fine. That's fine. Don't think, oh no, I can't. I have to follow exactly this way. No, take the pose and then make sure you actually do the Shavasana, kind of like making a deal with the monkey mind. Give it 5 to 10 minutes to just really settle into the self. If the mind keeps being busy, just guide the attention back to the breath. That's our neutral zone. We're going to hang out in the neutral zone. We don't have to make plans. We don't have to worry about what happened this morning. Just be right here. Fill up your well. Get in so that you'll have it when you need it during the week. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll get the Tuesday one out very shortly. So
stay tuned for that. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want more like this, you want to continue the weekly series, then go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you have any questions, please add them in the comments. And I hope to see you again. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.